Hello and welcome to episode 20 of our Ostriv Alpha 4.6 Let's Play. That's right, there is an update this morning as of recording this, and we got a bunch of exciting new stuff to build and expand our town and improve a couple things as well. So taking a look at the changelog, first and foremost, the main thing you'll probably notice is this new building, which is called a Smeltery for iron ore production, or refinement rather. As many of you probably guessed from the Twitter posts and all of that good stuff, this is going to be taking iron ore that you can import and using the power of the river current to process it and refine it. And then it's also going to affect some other things as well with regard to river trade. Particularly, it's going to block off the river and your fishing boats and your trade boats can't pass that. So we'll see how that can affect our building strategy. There's a couple other improvements as well. We've got pathing has been redone slightly to add nodes that will create a little bit of a less of a straight line path between 2 points, maybe a little bit more realistic in some cases. There's some performance improvements and other things, just little details. And another interesting thing, seasonal hiring for construction workers, which I think is something that I mentioned would have been a nice thing to have at some point. And then a big hay barrack, which stores 7 times as much as a regular one. That will be very useful for us. Let's see, there's more alcohol importing. There's some more cowshed and sheep farm storage capacity, which is fantastic because we are always filling up our sheep farms with wool in the springtime when the sheep are shorn. You can now destroy resources loading into the lime kiln, which is something I complained about in the last episode, so that's good to see that addressed. Let's see, more autosave stuff. We're not using autosave. And a couple of other things. Now when we're relocating animals from different places, we'll have the ability to just stay in the original building's dialog box, not have to reopen that, so that's a helpful thing. And a couple fixes as well from glitches that we usually weren't experiencing too much of those. Just little things to keep track of here. But yeah, lots and lots of good stuff. And we're going to be very excited to see what's going on. So let's get right down to it here. Of course, this whole area being what we've been working on for the past couple episodes, as well as streaming. And let's see, I don't think this trade is going to have any iron ore. No. So it's probably going to be the land trading things that are going to come through our trading post. So we'll see when they come in what they have to do with that. So let's take a look here at our smeltery, this thing right here. If we click on the help text, smeltery produces iron by heating iron ore in a furnace using charcoal. It is constructed in a form of a water mill, which uses a dam to stream water through a water wheel. The wheel drives bellows that accelerate burning and increase furnace temperature. 1 unit of iron takes 5 units of charcoal and 5 units of iron ore to produce. It's essential for a smeltery to be built on a flowing river. Keep in mind that the smeltery dam will obstruct movement of trading and fishing boats, so careful planning may be needed when choosing a building place. A smeltery can't work in winter when rivers are covered with ice. So let's go ahead and take a look at this. We'll zoom in, get a good look at the model here. Look at this. This is a beautifully detailed building model here. You can see individual stones, of course, all the shingles and the decking that we're used to seeing in different Ostriv buildings. Let's see if I can get this to orient a little nicer here. Look at that. It looks like we have the water wheel. There's machinery in the building to the left, and then the little rod goes across. Looks like it could be turning stuff in the building to the right. Like maybe that's the bellows, possibly. So we're gonna have to find a good spot to put this. And like it said, it's going to obstruct trade, and it does have a maximum range it can go out. So we obviously can't be building it here. We wouldn't want to build it here either, because this is where our river trade is. And we also don't want to build it where it's going to block fishing. So my thinking, as of right now, we have this island, and we have the river that flows, well, it flows both of these ways. And it'll also go down here. A lot of this is a little too wide. So I was thinking this bottom part of the island here would probably be a pretty good place for that, because if our fishing boats need to get around, they can go this way. Our trade boats really are only affected by this part right here anyway, because of how we decided to lay the town out. But I think this could be a good way to start developing this area down here. So we'll go ahead and start out with just one of these over here by the church. We'll go and put this right here. get that started. Go ahead and put on the good old 12 times speed. So while that's looking to get done, let's see. I don't think they've added anything else besides besides the big hay barracks. So the help text for that reads, hay barracks allow you to store hay for animal feeding. You can only store 500 units of hay inside other buildings, so it's recommended to build hay barracks nearby for hay storage. Hay barracks are filled from hay dryers by laborers in cowshed or sheep farm workers. A regular sized barrack holds 1,000 units of hay, and a big one, 7,000. So the fact that it says you can only store 700 units of hay inside other buildings gives me a little bit of pause, because if we go up to, say, where's a cowshed? I think, okay, so it does say max 500. I thought that we had stored more than 500 in a couple of these buildings. Maybe I could be wrong. But anyway, that's good to know that we can have this bigger one. We don't really need to build anything right now, but we can look at the actual size of this. So it's about the physical size of 3.5 long. It'll hold 7 times as much. So that's actually really good for density. If this fits here, oh, it's so close. It is so close to fitting there. And I don't think it'll fit here either. No, it won't. But there's going to be a couple spots in this town where I think it's probably going to fit pretty well. So like someplace like right here probably would have been a pretty good spot to build one. We'll find a spot for it at some point. We don't need one at this exact moment in time. But that is going to be important to keep an eye on. I just realized we've been kind of ignoring the construction of this building here, and it's also in the winter. So we're going to build another one after the snow melts. I think this is up and running just to get a glimpse of the construction process. Of course, it does take stone, so we will want to check and make sure we still have enough. Yeah, we got 2,000 left. We should have plenty to build. Just check our... okay, 2,600. Oh, we're not going to have enough to build another one. Well, if we demolish the lime kiln, then we can... okay, it's actually going to let us demolish. So we should be able to get some stone back from that, and that should let us build a second one of these. So I guess that can be something to keep in mind here when you're planning out your town, about how much stone and stuff that you have access to. This particular map, I know for a fact, is one of the older ones and has a smaller... oh, and there's also notifications for when children have been born. That's really cool. That is a brand new thing that just got added in this patch. I didn't mention it because I didn't think it was super consequential, but that is neat to come out and see. This, of course, is just about finished. So it looks like iron ore gets loaded and charcoal, and then it's smelted. So we don't have any iron ore yet, so we will have to take a moment when the next caravan comes through. I guess we'll start with that. We can just employ 1 or 2 guys. All right, so lime kiln is done being demolished. That's great that we can get rid of that now. It's very, very good. We've got 2,500 stone. Yeah, so that's good. We can build another one of the smelteries, and then I think should allow us to build another church. Yes, another couple churches, actually, because they're only 1,200 stone apiece. So that's all done. And of course, this won't be rotating unless we have a active stuff going on in here. But they will go ahead and load up with charcoal, and that will be taken care of. The patch notes also said it slightly decreased the productivity of charcoal. So what we're going to do is we're going to build another one down here. Another charcoal pile right next door. Just because that is going to be a convenient thing for us to take care of here. Go ahead and pop that right next door. And that hopefully will lessen some of the issues that we've been having with our efficiency of workers here. So let's go ahead and check out our local problems. Looks like everything is going pretty well. We can put another few houses with large gardens here. So let's go ahead and get grid from this guy. We'll go ahead and put in another large house. See how big it'll let me go right here. Yeah, we'll just follow this like so. See how big it'll let me go here. Yeah, that's pretty good. We'll just get a couple more houses going here because we are going to be in need pretty soon to have some additional houses going on. So we'll just go ahead and put a few more right here. Just 3 more there should be fine. We'll put a fence back behind these, get those 4 going, and get some more people in here because we do still have some open vacancies. Children, of course, being born constantly. I guess we're going to get a ton of those notifications, so that's interesting to keep up with. Now, as far as other things, while we're watching them build these houses, other little things that got fixed, in case you are interested. Imported sheep are no longer wrongfully sheared after being delivered. Clicking on builders' workplaces did not select the buildings correctly. I don't know if we've experienced that. The fulling mill was apparently creating navigation problems if demolished. That's no longer a thing, according to the devlog. Multiple buildings on top of each other has been fixed. I don't think we've experienced that. Constructed buildings didn't have any snow on them. Don't know if that's something we dealt with. Could extract unlimited taxes from tavern owners. I was having problems not extracting enough, I thought. But that's good that that's fixed. Let's see. Other little stuff like graphical glitches. Let's see. Potentially fix severe glitches on older AMD video cards. Well, I've got an NVIDIA, but I know there were some people that had problems with that, so that's good to see that's fixed. Let's see. Random crashes long after demolishing a mining camp. Well, we've not tried to demolish one, so I guess we'll see if that happens again. Crashes related to tavern. I don't think we had any of those. And then deactivated fallow field didn't restore nutrients. No. So none of the stuff we've really dealt with. Okay, Marifa's here. Do they have iron ore? They don't. Oh, come on. I'm getting excited about this new stuff, and you don't have any of it. Well, we'll do our normal thing, getting some of this stuff here. Selling as much of this stuff as we are able. We could probably start selling chicken eggs if we had a lot more chickens. These people are complaining about not having any food. Well, go buy some. You've got the abilities. Yeah, we're going to get all these notifications about these children here, aren't we? Alright, so we have this here. Let's do a little bit of decoration. See, okay, that's going to be a little too big. Small arch will fit pretty nicely right about here. Go ahead and connect these. We'll take a look at some other stuff. Now, one of the original super supporters of this channel, the True King, has come back in the comments. So if you see him in the comments, say hi. Nice guy. He suggested that we fill in some of these spaces with some prayer chapels and decorations and stuff. And this is a lot of space right here. So maybe this might be a little too big for something like that, but we've got all sorts of little intersections and stuff in the town. Like, see, like right around here, like this corner, would probably be a pretty good spot for something like that. So we'll go ahead and try to pop in. Let's see, what side is the door on here? If we go to a place like, say, right about here, see, we have this little entrance right here to that house. We come to, like, say, a place like right here. Put that down. We can actually take a fence and kind of somewhat fence off an area like this. Maybe not right in this exact spot because it seems to be kind of angry at us. Then come in at a place like this and just kind of fence off a little area for the chapel. Put in a couple of benches and stuff. People going to pray to have a place to relax. Seems like a pretty restful thing right there. So put a couple benches. These aren't going to be super lined up. Yeah, that's pretty close. And then to add to the ambiance here, we'll put in a couple of lovely birch trees, just kind of semi-randomly interspersed here. Just to improve this little area. And then perhaps some benches, or not benches, bushes. It's been a very long day. Recording after a full day of work and some other family stuff today. So I wanted to make sure I did a video the same day that this big patch came out. Alright, so that's going to be nice once the trees all fully grow up. There's plenty of stuff like this that we could do all over the town. See, like right over here we had this gazebo, so that's probably good for there. We have this church here, so we probably don't need a chapel in this exact spot. We have all this space right here. Now, right here, we're going to probably add a couple more production buildings. Is this a construction office? This is going to go away eventually. But what if we took a little fence here and just kind of created a little bit of a roadway right there. And then on the back side, brought this out like so. And then brought this up here. And then right here, we'll put in a, if I can right click correctly, put in a big arch. It's kind of like a little gateway here. And then we can take the same fence, pop that right there, pop this right here. Again, it's not perfectly lined up, but it is pretty nice looking. Then we can come in here with another one of these chapels and provide a nice restful place for people to take care of their spiritual needs. Maybe a birdhouse and then a little bench here. We'll plant some trees. You know, just normal stuff like that. Just space stuff out in the back here. That whole back side is going to be nicely finished with some trees. We'll come along this side, the front here, and put out a few bushes. Just like that. And we'll continue landscaping this stuff as events warrant, but I think that's a nice way to kind of fill in this area a little bit and move out pathing and stuff. Now, we're not going to see too much of the new pathing until maybe about a year in from the next loading of the game, because the paths have to be redrawn and everything. So we'll see as we get more development going, just exactly how that's going to shake up. You can, okay, well, no, that's going around that, so that's not it. Balaklia, I think is how you would pronounce that. Balaklia. No iron ore. Come on. I wanna make some iron. I was excited about that. Come on, give me something here. This is just regular iron. That's no fun. As far as food problems go, we have one family that's complaining about food problems. Okay, well, they don't have a lot of money, so that could also be something to do with it. Smeltery is waiting for iron ore that it's probably not going to get. Let's see, what else can we take care of here? As far as I can tell, I think most things are probably doing fine. We really just need to build more houses, probably. Almost to 800. We got all sorts of notifications about children being born and all that good stuff. So why don't we just go ahead right now, just keep building some more houses. Why not, right? I think we're going to have to fight a little bit with the game wanting to automatically attach stuff. No, that's just part of how things go. Put that there, and then we'll put another one right next to it. Just 2 more houses there. I know this is still pretty grid-like, but we're working on it. We're going to try and do our best to make that not completely boring. It's just, we're at the point now where we just have to kind of keep building and see what happens. I'm glad we didn't have to restart again, though, because that would have been pretty irritating. Only a couple weeks after starting over to do the whole thing all over again. It's almost like we can't really do anything until we get another somebody coming in here wanting to sell us stuff. I guess if we really were concerned about it, we could send a messenger to Derkachi, Barvin Cove. Those are the ones that have not come by since we started today's episode. So we'll see exactly what those two have to offer. As far as farming stuff goes, pigs seem to be doing well. Cows definitely are doing well. Oh, we can slaughter a bunch of these. Because we do not need this many bulls. Okay, we'll leave a couple in case we want to come back later and make more oxen if we do another farm. We don't need to keep a ton of them around now. And of course, the reason why we would be doing this is to make sure we have enough room for cows that will make milk and be able to make more cows. Balaglia is back. They don't have iron ore, but they will buy a little bit more of this. So Barvin Cove also does not have iron ore. That's kind of annoying. What are you going to do about it, huh? 3707 flour we can sell. So we'll go ahead and sell some of that. And Derkachi has no iron ore. Really? Well, okay, so who has it then? If it's not any of these. That's kind of puzzling. Doesn't seem like that should be how that's working. And I guess... Ooh, we'll buy some potatoes. We're going to need those. Okay. Well, I was hoping I could get some iron ore imported here. Love to show you in the same episode how the stuff works while it's actually working. Well, at the very least, we've got this lovely building here to look at. We have both of these houses that got built. And we should, I think these are both, yeah, marriages that came, well, all of these have been marriages. Let's go ahead and build a couple more houses. I think we can actually come back here. Can't build on water, I know. If we come over here like this, we can get away with doing one of these numbers and kind of follow the coastline a little bit here. Maybe something like that. Go ahead and pop that guy there. Then right on the back side of this, go ahead and hit our favorite F1 button again. Then we'll come back to this. Too long, too long, too long. Okay, so we have that as an option. Put this house right here. That'll kind of, actually, I think we can make this perfectly straight if we wanted to. I know. You said you abandoned the grid, and here you are doing all this stuff. Yeah, well, it'll be fine. Not everything has to be completely perfect every time. Although sometimes it's very tempting to make things that way. We'll just stick with something like that. Got 4 houses to enjoy the building process for. And we'll see if any other messengers want to come sell us iron ore. That would be pretty nice. Pretty nice. So this might actually be a family that emigrates. And they did say trade wagons now have sound. I don't know if we're going to have... Aha! Yep, there's a sound slightly as they were departing. So that's another one of those little things that gets fixed. So we've got this house in the trees. They've got to get rid of 22 trees. So that's probably going to take them, just a little bit of time. I want to see these new routes that they're taking with their farm paths. I don't know why I said farm. All right. Do you have iron ore yet? You don't. You don't have any iron ore. You don't have any iron ore. Come on. I wonder if it's a thing where you have to start a new town to get the iron ore as a trading option. Because if we go to the trading post, well, we can't stock iron ore. We can stock iron. So I wonder if it has to be a new trading post or a new trading dock to have that option. Well, I'll tell you what we can do. In the interest of... Wait, is there something in here I missed? Okay, no. This is just shifted slightly because of the big hay barrack. Let's build a new trading dock and see if, when we have the options show up for this, if that is going to also have the iron ore available. Because that would be interesting if the older trading buildings are locked into the existing bit of items. I don't know that that's going to be the case, given that in the previous town we had the trading post get the addition of all the alcohol products when that update was pushed. So we'll have to wait and see exactly what happens with that. For the time being, though, it's pretty much all we can do is wait for this to get built. Although we do have all these trees have been cleared in here, so I think we can finally get rid of all of this stuff. So we'll go ahead and empty the storage of this forestry, and then we will demolish it and maybe build someone somewhere else. But I don't think that will be required as of yet. Got plenty of other stuff to be doing, and this is emptying. Just about done, and demolishing. And this is well on its way. I don't know, I haven't ever tried to have multiple trading buildings of a similar type before. I don't know if that's going to cause any problems, but this could possibly give us the ability to stock more things for export, which could be pretty exciting. Just gotta wait for this to get finished, and then we can see if stuff shows up, or has a possibility to show up, rather. Okay, here's another one. Yeah, they still don't have any ore, but we can sell them 4,000 sunflower oil. So we're producing quite a bit of that. This is all done here. Okay, if we uncheck only available. Okay, it still doesn't show up here. So that's interesting. I guess we can just kind of leave this here for now. I'm not going to be super worried about it. So that kind of crushes my theory here. I guess we just have to wait, huh? Seems kind of strange that that's how that would choose to work. Now I am sickeningly curious about this. Well, how's our fishing doing? This is very full, very full. Working properly, plenty of salt in the salt works. Yeah, stuff is operating pretty smoothly, and we did get over 800 population while we were messing with all that. Pretty good to not have hardly any problems with a food supply at a town this size. I know I had a ton of issues in the last playthrough, and it was like that. These people are complaining about not having firewood. We should not have any problems with firewood. There's plenty available here. So I don't know what the deal is with that. But we will we'll have to see, I suppose. So all we can do now really is just kind of wait. It is November, so let's go ahead and grab a screenshot here of this beautiful new building we've got. Turn off the problem so I don't have those money things in the background. Get a nice angle on this. Go ahead and get that. So that's going to be our cover photo for today's episode. Sorry we couldn't get any iron ore to actually, use the building. So I don't know if that's an intentional thing to have that be a pretty rare spawn in the potential trade items, or if that's just a an oversight on an older map or older save file that you have to make a new one to get those iron ore trades, which would be pretty disappointing if that's what it was. We have to start over again. I would like not to do that. Yeah, still don't have any iron ore. We have plenty of alcohol stuff. We can sell 4,000 sunflower oil. Nice moneymaker there for us. Yeah, we're gonna have to see exactly what's possible here. Yeah, that's just about out of time for today's episode. I really wanted to have more about the new building, but you can't really do anything if you don't have any iron ore. And of course, we're not going to bother building a new big hay barrack until we actually need it, or we expand something else. But yeah, that's what we got for today, folks. If you are playing your own save file of Ostriv, let me know in the comments if you've gotten any trades of iron ore. Very interested to know if that is an original save that was before the update, or if you started fresh and you were able to get that. Let me know. And of course, this is the time of the episode where I remind you that I do live stream at twitch.tv/jcthebeard, playing Ostriv and some other games as well. Hoping to do a stream probably tomorrow night. Later in the evening. It will be my birthday, actually, so a little bit of a birthday stream. So feel free to pop on in and say hi. I'd love to talk to some of you guys in the chat. But that's all the time we've got for today's episode. If you're here watching on YouTube, thank you so much for just being really supportive and positive in the comments and making it fun to put these videos out. I appreciate you, and I hope you're subscribed, because we're very, very close to 1,000 subscribers. And YouTube partnership, that's a super exciting thing. And yeah, thanks for being here. I appreciate you, and I hope you have a fantastic rest of your day. Bye-bye.